versus Eagles. Can't wait to dig into that. But we got some other business to talk about first. So I'm ready.
Yes, sir, man. Let's get right into it. We don't want to waste no time. Everybody saw the Bills and the Lions game. For me, it was tough, man. Eagles game playing at the same time against the Pittsburgh Steelers kind of made me mad. I had to flip back and forth in between commercial breaks. But I went back and watched the game. That game was special. Before I pitch it to you, that game was special, bro. Offensive, just firepower like crazy. 48-42 finish. The Buffalo Bills get the dub, but there is a questionable call by your boy, Dan Campbell during the game. 38-48. He decides to go for an onside kick with about 12 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, in the fourth quarter. JJ, Jordan, I have to ask you, was it too risky for him to make that call? Was it the right decision to go for the onside kick that early in the fourth quarter?
No. Now, you know how I feel about Dan Campbell. I think he's top 5 under, over certain people that we both know about. But I believe he's top 5. Top 5 coach. I like what he did with Detroit, changed the whole atmosphere, turned them to a winning franchise. They had the longest winning streak in the season, 11 games. 11 games in a row they won. And it's funny because, like, we talk about the Eagles' winning streak, but nobody really want to talk about Detroit's winning streak.
Nice.
Myself, I think one time I said the Eagles got the longest active winning streak. I'm like, dang, I just forgot about the Detroit Lions winning all these games in a row. But I thought it was a bad call for a lot of reasons. Number one, the first reason, I hate sending a message to your defense that you don't believe in them. I hate that, especially in the regular season. Now, we in the playoffs, AJ. It's a do or die game. Do what you have to do to win that game. But in the regular season, trust your defense with 12 minutes left in the game. I mean, think about it. It's 12 minutes left. It's a brand new quarter. You just scored. You got momentum. And the second reason why I didn't like it is because you got all the momentum. There's a 7% chance, according to analytics, for you to receive and successfully get an onside kick. Because back then, AJ, you know that you can sneak it. You can line up in a regular formation, a regular kickoff formation, and you can still onside it and catch them off guard. Today, you can't do that. It's illegal. You had to line up in an onside formation. So you had to let the other team know what you're doing before you kick the ball. And it's a 7% chance. You're telling me that you trust you getting an onside kick versus something crazy happening. I don't know. Maybe Josh Allen throws an interception. I think that happened before. Maybe you get a strip sack. That probably happened before, right? You might get a turnover with downs. You might force a field goal like you did twice in this game, right?
The possession before, like
you said. And they missed the field goal, AJ. They missed one. So the thing is, you put your chance on that. And not only that, now obviously the result of the onside kick, nobody expected that, which was him running it all the way down to the 3-yard line. I get it. Dan Campbell said, if I could take it back, if I knew he was going to do that, I would have done it. Yeah, I get it. But you still giving him a short field. You have 12 minutes left. So once that happened, they stole the momentum right back. So I thought that was a bad call. We all know that Dan Campbell is famous for being risky. I thought this was too much because it was so much game left. Now, if it was like 6 minutes left, I get it. If Josh Allen continue to score poor points on y'all in the fourth quarter, I get it. But 12 minutes, a whole quarter left, AJ, I don't think that was the right call, though.
I'm iffy on it. I'm not going to lie. While I understand it, don't get me wrong, I definitely understand the thought process behind it. That defense was struggling all day. Let me just say, a lot of people not going to like me saying this, but I have officially reached that point. Josh Allen is ridiculous, bro. Hey, he cold, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Dog got some game, bro. Like, the man was making every throw. I mean, every throw on the run, sidearm, you name it, push up, like a bounce pass, a chest pass. Like, he's doing it all out there, bro. Like, I think it's to a lot of people, this is obvious to a lot of people, but there were some doubters out there. And I was one of them coming into this season. Like, I had to see it, bro. I had to see it. But that game against the Lions, even though, granted, their defense is depleted. We want to say that. Defense is depleted. But Josh was just out there making plays. So I do get the thought process. Dan is like, look, we not getting no stops. I need a momentum shift. More than anything, I need a momentum shift. But Joe, you said it. Bro, it's 12 minutes left in the fourth. It's 12 minutes left in the fourth. I know the defense ain't getting no stops. But like I said earlier, you limited them to a field goal the possession before that. So my thought process would be, let's try to limit them to a field goal again. It's a 13-point game at that point. We scoring touchdowns. We right back in the game with a touchdown. We get the ball back. But you put yourself in a situation, obviously no one knows that he's going to run that kick back the way he did. He's at the 5, easy touchdown. Just a terrible overall decision. I'm more so on that side of the fence, where it's just like, you can't make that call in that moment. You just can't. And like you said, it makes it work. And I hate this rule now, where you can't surprise anybody with the onside kick. That's so lame to me. Like, that was one of the best plays. If it was a surprise onside kick, I'd probably feel different about it. But you got to call it out. Let them know they're getting the hands team out there. They know what you're getting ready to do. It's just a bad overall decision. But that's your boy. That's your boy. Now, we talk all day about Nick Sirianni, and we're going to talk about Philly in a little bit. We're going to talk about them right now. But I just want to say, a lot of people talk all day about Nick Sirianni's in-game decisions. And Nick Sirianni, during this win streak, he done got a little smarter. He ain't taking as many risks.
Smarter. You're right.
Honestly, like, he ain't taking as many risks. He trusting it. Now, granted, the team is giving him something to trust, whereas in Dan Campbell's position, the defense ain't giving him nothing to trust for real. But he not making a lot of them same decisions. Dan Campbell is like, I'll go for it. I'll risk it no matter what. So I understand his thought process. I wouldn't have done it. So I think it was a bad decision.
Yeah, like, do I think that caused him the game? No, I don't think that caused him the game. But the question is, was it a bad call? I thought it was a bad call. I feel like you were better off kicking it regular. And if it was a surprise onside kick, if they were allowed to do that, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with anybody doing a surprise onside kick any time in the game, because it's a surprise onside kick. It's a way to steal a possession like that, But, you threw your little Sirianni comment. I knew that was coming. All right.
I got to.
My boy Kev in the comments, he could probably confirm me saying this. When I made my case for Dan Campbell versus Nick Sirianni, I took the calls out of it to do him a favor. To do Sirianni a favor, I took his play calling out of it. I said, you know what? We're not even going to dig into the play caller. We're going to just talk about him being a head coach, controlling the locker room. That's what I was talking about with Nick Sirianni, which I don't think he's a bad coach. I don't think Dan Campbell does a better job at that than Nick Sirianni does. But yeah, overall, it was a bad call to me. And I know Carl in the comments said I understand why he did it too, but it's too early in the game. You got a whole 12 minutes left. Like AJ said, you forced a field goal the drive before, and you forced a field goal and they missed a field goal. So anything can happen in a football game. I remember, AJ, there was a playoff game, the Arizona Cardinals versus the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers against Kurt Warner. They could not get a stop to save their life. But every now and then, they will force a fumble. Every now and then, it will be a turnover for Clay Matthews will force a fumble. But they couldn't stop him. But they kept finding ways to steal a possession. And I feel like Detroit, they are known for that. They steal a lot of possessions. They force one of the most turnovers in the league. Them and the Bills, matter of fact, right? Both of them. And I felt like that could have happened down the road, especially when y'all got the momentum. So I didn't agree with that at all.
Hey, Kev brought up an interesting point, bro. He don't call plays, bro. He just make decisions similar to Sirianni. You know what I mean? So if you take that out of it and you just focus on the decision making, they naked.
You're right. They're two of the most riskiest guys in the league.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
We talking about Dan Campbell going for it on 4th down, AJ. It's a tie game. You in field goal range. And he goes for that's bold.
Man.
But when you got a dog to do it, you can do it.
Yeah. And again, it just goes back to like, how much do you trust your defense? I think I got all my best players. Like I said about Philly early in the season, my best players are on the offensive side of the ball. I'm just gonna let them decide the game, opposed to giving the ball to the opposing offense and giving this defense a shot, which, as we didn't see now a few weeks in a row, it's done. They look done. So
But
yeah, I understand it to an extent. I definitely that's why I was back and forth because I do get it to an extent. I do get it to an extent. But that game, like you said, bro, a field goal wins the game. Field goal basically wins the game. And in this situation, like you just gotta stop. So yeah, bro. Go ahead. What was you about to say?
but here's the thing. Here's the thing though. Everybody is talking about Detroit defense. Oh, the last 2 weeks against Green Bay, against the Bills. What about the Bills defense? Everybody forgot what happened last week.
Yeah.
Did we just forget the Rams? The Rams, they've been in, they was in 2 back-to-back shootouts. I mean, for real, like that's crazy. So, and the Lions don't have a Josh Allen. You know what I mean, right? So, in the Rams, they were literally like going up and down the field on the Bills. So nobody in the national media, nobody's questioning the Bills. They just want Josh Allen was unstoppable, which he was. But Josh Allen is best quarterback in the league. I'm like, y'all, do y'all know at the end of every season, Josh Allen go crazy? You know that? Did we forget that they just went on a 6-game win streak last year at the end of the season?
That's fair.
Did we forget that? This is Josh Allen every year, AJ. I want to see him when he face Mahomes. When he go against Patrick Mahomes, is he gonna be the superhero that we saw yesterday?
Hey, what I will say is this: it's not gonna matter if that defense playing like this, bro. It's not gonna matter, bro. You're not winning no situation, and neither one of these teams are getting past the NFC and AFC championship games if they can't get a stop on defense. Yeah. It's over with because seeing Philadelphia or seeing Kansas City, those defenses are going to force stops at the end of the day. They're gonna get stops, bro. So y'all gonna have to get some stops too. It's gonna have to be one of them games, bro, because you can't go into a game not being able to get stops at all, and the other team is stopping you. It's just that simple. It's just that simple.
That's true. And last thing I want to say is this: I gotta say, and I said in the chat, if Nick Sirianni would have did that, the media would have went crazy.
They'd have killed him. They would have killed him.
They would have killed him. Everybody kept saying, I get it. I understand. It's Josh Allen on the other side. Everybody kept on defending Dan Campbell. But if Nick Sirianni would have did that, hot seat.
In a losing effort.
Especially at the result of the onside kick, he ran to the 30.
Bruh.
No.
Just saying, man. Just my boy get a bad rap, but we gonna get to that, Joe. We gonna get to that.
Well, speaking of your man,